Hello, friends. I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you today? How's life in your world? How's things where you are? I hope it's fantastic. Everything here is is great. How about you? How's things in your world? Let me know in the comments. Um, this weekend, I accomplished nothing that I had intended to accomplish. Intended to accomplish. What did I say? Um, and it's nobody's fault but mine. But I'm gonna name some reasons. These aren't faults. But I had a good bit to do this weekend. First on Friday, my kid had a well my so this is a cool thing that happened. My high school, my alma mater, is that a thing? Do you have a high school alma mater, or is that just a college thing? Whatever. My high school was in the state double A football championship with our crosstown rivals. So there's in my city, my town, my county, there are three high schools, and we ended up in the championship game with one of our rivals, and it was a very close game. So my kids in the band, the band went to the game. My kid obviously went. That was like a couple hour bus ride from here. That was Friday night. So Friday night that game happened. It was an extremely close game. I think it ended up being 47-48 or something like that, or 48-49. I don't know. I don't know how it works. But anyway, 28-20, whatever. The last play of the game ended up being number one on Sports Center for Saturday. That was pretty cool. Like I was at my dad. So my kid had to go to this thing. I had to stay with my dad overnight for Saturday night and Friday night, Saturday night. My mom had wanted to go out of town, so my sister and I told her go, and we took care of Dad. Not that Dad can't take care of himself; he can, but he does sometimes fall and has an issue. Like he's got Parkinson's; it's a problem, right? So if he falls down in the middle of the night and can't get up, we're not gonna make him lay there until somebody shows up the next day. So I stayed with him at night. My sister stayed with him during the day. You know, it was just chilling with Dad. Like I said, he can get up and do whatever he wants, but just to make sure everything was all right, I went and stayed. So we woke up Saturday morning at like 7 a.m. Turned on Sports Center, and they go through the countdown of plays from Friday. And my high school's football team was the number one play on Sports Center that day. That was pretty cool. Um, So my kid did that. I came back Saturday morning, hung out with the kid all day, got some gift wrapping done. Pretty much, I had planned on Saturday being just spend time with kid. We went out to eat. We hung out together. We talked. Just stuff. And then I went back Saturday night to stay with my dad again. So Sunday, my kid left early on Sunday because they were going. My oldest is in a play for her college again, and they were going to go see it with their mom Sunday afternoon and their boyfriend. So she was leaving early Sunday, and so I had the day. I had a plan last night. So last night. Okay, we'll talk about that in a second. I had a plan Sunday night. My kid left at noon, and I knew I had like 4 to 5 hours to myself. And I was like, I am going to spend that time writing. I've been working on writing. Let's write. Let's sit down and do it. I did none of it. Zero writing. Mostly because I was tired. I was just exhausted. I needed to just not for a while, and I gave myself the leeway to just relax for a little bit, and that relaxing turned into like, man, just lethargy, I think. And it feels crappy, right? Like it feels bad to admit it to like the world. Hey, I intended to accomplish stuff this weekend, and instead of accomplishing things, I did nothing. It feels really crappy. but it's I guess it's just what needed to happen, right? It needed to. Today I have energy. I'm good. I've been working this morning. I've did some emails at lunch that I've been kind of not regretting or not avoiding. I needed to block time. I now have the time. I took care of that. Sent the emails. Registered for did some stuff for Portal. That sort of stuff. So that it's not. I just needed a break, which is weird because I just came off of a sickness break. I played Hogwarts Legacy for a week or whatever. We'll talk about that I think tomorrow because I also finished Hogwarts Legacy while I was staying at my dad's, and I want to talk about that a little bit. And so I ended up just kind of not doing anything until last night, which last night was I got to see Lewis Black live here in West Virginia. He was in Morgantown, which is a half hour north of me. I got to see him live there, and it was fantastic. We have a little theater there called the Metropolitan. It was built in the 20s. It's probably like I don't know, 800 seat, 1,000, maybe 1,000 seats. I don't think so. Like 500 to 800 seats, 800, something like that. Very small theater. I've seen some plays there long ago. When they started to when I was a kid, I don't know that the Met was used for a long time. And then like the Morgantown Theater Company started hosting productions there like a couple of times a summer. And so the place started to reopen it, revamp it. It was like laying dormant for a long time. There's a pool hall underneath of it that I used to play pool at, but the theater part was just kind of not a thing. But it was fantastic. It's a really beautiful old theater. The old kind of gold scroll work everywhere, and seeing Lewis Black was phenomenal. He was a very great. I love that dude, and seeing him live is fantastic. But seeing him live so close to home, I'm so used to having to travel hours to see anybody, that being able to just go that close to home and see somebody was unbelievable. It was really fantastic, and I'm starting to see. It seems like it was this year. I didn't notice it until I heard about Lewis Black, and it seems like people are starting to maybe look at that market. And now this was hosted by. The only reason I found out about it was because this was hosted by Drewski Entertainment, which did Bert Kreischer's tour around here in the summer when he did the drive-in theater stuff. And so I'm on their mailing list. And so now I've seen a couple of other booking companies, booking agencies, booking shows at the Met, and that's really exciting. There's even concerts going there, which I don't. It's like traditional theater, like seats and stuff. Like I don't know how you would. I don't know that I would want to go to a concert where you're standing in seats. I don't know. I mean, I guess I've done that in arenas my whole life, but anyway, I didn't accomplish what I wanted to accomplish this weekend, and I'm hoping I've set some goals for myself this week, some writing goals. We're specifically talking about writing because that was what I wanted to spend this weekend doing, was working on this writing project that I have going. I've set a few very small goals. I'm not trying to say I have to do this by this date, or I have to have this many words per day, or I need to see progression of some kind, and I need to spend some number of hours on it for the week. Whether I spend an hour a day or I spend 5 hours one day, doesn't matter. I just need to know that I've put some effort into it. And then I've got the website thing. Like I'm going to try to put out something again this week on the website. I'm not necessarily saying that I'm going to put something out every week, but I have some stuff that I'd like to put out. And so I did today read. Maybe we'll talk about that later in the week. If somebody can remind me, today I wrote 7 essays, I guess, at the start of last year that I never did anything with. They're just sitting on my hard drive. And I read all 7 of those this morning, and they were different. And maybe I'd like to talk about that. So if I remember, because I think tomorrow we'll probably talk about Hogwarts. Maybe. I don't know. We don't have a plan here. We never have. This is what we do. This is just my weird diary. and welcome to my weird diary. I think you're all familiar with that at this point. I will attempt to remember to talk about the stories that I wrote last year, and then and Hogwarts Legacy and whatever else. I don't know. What'd you do this weekend? Anything exciting? Let me know in the comments. And thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends, wonderful people. I really appreciate you. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Today's word you should know sounds smart is syncopation. It is a noun meaning music in which the beats are reversed. The normally loud beats are softer and the beats normally subdued or emphasized. The word syncopation in the score made its music very difficult for the percussionists to follow. Syncopation. Syncopation. The only reason I know about syncopation is from being a percussionist. So I don't, like, that's kind of what we do. Why would that confuse drummers?